Commander Zixthar of the Galactic Federation had seen 1,000 species rise and fall across the spiral arms of the galaxy. The reptilian officer prided himself on his ability to assess any civilization's potential within moments of first contact. When humanity petitioned for Federation membership 3 cycles ago, he'd dismissed them as another ambitious species destined for mediocrity. The assessment trials would prove him correct, as they always did. "Begin Trial 1, Zixthar announced, his translator converting his hissing speech into standard galactic frequency. Extreme temperature endurance. The human candidate, Dr. Sarah Chen, stepped into the crystalline chamber without hesitation. Her dark eyes showed no fear, only curiosity. Zixthar initiated the sequence. The temperature plummeted to minus 60 degrees Celsius, then climbed to 75. Most species collapsed within minutes. The Vrelians lasted 8. The Korthans managed 12. Sarah lasted 47 minutes before the medical override forced a shutdown. She emerged frostbitten and dehydrated, skin red and peeling but conscious. She requested only water and a 10-minute break before the next trial. Zixthar's crest flattened in surprise. Perhaps an anomaly. Trial 2 tested cognitive function under extreme stress. Candidates solved multi-dimensional equations while subjected to sonic disruptors, gravitational shifts, and sensory deprivation. The Federation's best strategists had designed these problems over centuries. They were meant to be impossible to solve completely. The human Lieutenant Marcus Webb solved 73% of them. The previous record holder, a Gentari with 3 brains, had achieved 61%. But what disturbed Zixthar wasn't the score, it was how Marcus achieved it. Midway through, when the equations became deliberately unsolvable, the humans started solving them differently. He ignored the given parameters and created new ones, turning impossible problems into merely difficult ones. "That's cheating," Zixthar protested to his second-in-command. "The rules never said they couldn't redefine the parameters, sir," the junior officer replied. Technically, he followed protocol. The third trial was physical endurance, a marathon through shifting terrain while carrying increasingly heavy loads. The course adapted to push each species to their absolute breaking point. It had broken the spirit of countless candidates. Captain Rodriguez, the human representative, started strong. When the weight reached crushing levels, she didn't slow. She adjusted her technique, redistributed the load, and somehow found new reserves. At hour 6, when she should have collapsed, she began singing, a haunting melody in an earth language called Spanish. Other human observers in the gallery joined in. The sound echoed through the facility, transforming the trial from individual torture into collective resistance. Rodriguez finished. Barely. But she finished. "Impossible," Zixthar muttered. 3 humans, 3 extraordinary performances. This couldn't be random chance. The 4th trial was psychological. Isolation in a featureless void for 72 hours with no stimulation, no contact, no sense of time. It broke minds. Species who thrived in hive societies went catatonic. Even individualistic species emerged damaged. Dr. James Okonkwo entered the void chamber. Zixthar monitored his vitals, waiting for the inevitable deterioration. Hour 12, normal. Hour 24, normal. Hour 48. The human's brain activity actually increased. Hour 72. Okonkwo emerged not just intact, but energized. "What did you do in there?" Zixthar demanded. Okonkwo smiled. "I thought. I remembered. I imagined. I composed symphonies in my head, designed buildings, replayed conversations with my grandmother, planned my daughter's wedding. Humans don't need external stimulation to remain human, Commander. We carry entire universes inside us." The 5th and final trial was cooperation under crisis, a simulated disaster requiring perfect coordination between candidates from different species. It was designed to expose the tribalism and xenophobia that lurked in most civilizations. Teams typically fragmented within minutes. The human team, Chen, Webb, Rodriguez, Okonkwo, and a 5th member, Engineer Paulo Santos, worked with a Vrelian, a Korthan, and a Gentari. Within seconds of the simulation beginning, explosions rocked the virtual station. Life support failed. The Vrelian panicked. The Korthan defaulted to military protocol, barking orders. The Gentari retreated into calculating probabilities. The humans listened. They observed. Then Sarah spoke. "We've all survived your trials. We're all strong in different ways. Let's use that. What followed astonished Zixthar. The humans didn't lead, they connected. They translated between species, found common ground, and turned a fractured group into a unit. When the Corthan's aggression threatened to derail cooperation, Marcus matched his intensity, then redirected it. When the Vrelian froze in fear, Rodriguez shared her own terror from Trial 3, creating empathy. When the Gentari got lost in analysis paralysis, Okonkwo asked simple questions that cut through complexity. They succeeded. Not just survived, they thrived. After the trials, Zixthar compiled his report. By every metric, humans should have been unremarkable. They weren't the strongest, fastest, or smartest. Their biology was fragile. Their technology was primitive. Their history was violent and chaotic. But they had something the Federation had forgotten existed, something that couldn't be measured in trials or quantified in databases. They had an unreasonable refusal to accept limitations. When pushed to their breaking point, they didn't break. They bent, adapted, and found ways forward that shouldn't exist. The Federation had spent millennia defining what was possible for each species. Humans arrived and simply refused to accept those definitions. Recommendation? The High Council asked. Zixthar looked at the 5 humans standing before him. They were exhausted, injured, and should have been broken. Instead, they stood together, already joking about which trial was worst, planning how they'd celebrate, supporting each other. Approve their membership immediately, he said, and recommend we study them closely. Not to learn their limits, but to learn how they have none. Sarah Chen smiled at him. Commander, we have a saying on Earth. The impossible just takes a little longer. We look forward to showing the Federation what a little longer really means. As the humans left the chamber, Zixthar realized something profound. The Federation hadn't tested humanity's limits. Humanity had tested the Federation's definition of what limits meant. And in doing so, they'd done something truly impossible. They'd made a jaded ancient civilization believe in potential again.